everybody, it's Jeff, and welcome back to part 4 of the Light Seal Support Craft by Dragon 1/35th scale NAM series. In this part, I've got a little painting done. My paint showed up. I'm using for the base, for the hull, the Vallejo Model Air 71289 US dark green. So that's the color I put on here. I've just got one side done. I tried to make it a little thin so that the black would show through just a little bit. I still got to get this side done, but I think it's looking pretty good. I also got I painted the base in black. I still want to do a dry coat on it. This is painted with Posca pens. I bought a set of them here. The gold and the white is what I use for this. It's PC1MR is the size I'm using. They're a little tricky. I've got to develop my technique a little bit more, but I don't think it turned out too bad. I did the other side too, but it ran just a little bit, so I may touch that up a bit. Anyway, that looks pretty good. And then here we are on the figures. I've got everything put together. I think in these 6 figures, there's something in the neighborhood of 80 parts, if I remember correctly. I don't have quite everything on there. There's a couple of weapons that are just hung, by slings over the shoulder. Of course, there's no slings provided. So I'll see what I can do about coming up with something. But I'm going to go ahead and start painting these. I think they look pretty good. The guy with the radio, they go into pretty good detail. He's even got the little cord that goes around and goes to the headset, so he's talking. But that's where I'm at right now. I'll be doing some painting on these, and then I'll come back and I'll show you my progress. They don't look too bad. All right, guys. I'll be back in a little while. Thanks. Okay, the boat is done. I think it turned out real well. Before I get started here, I wanted to mention that Doug over at Hensley's Hobbies got a hold of me a few days ago and told me about a upgrade kit for this. Black Op Models, located in Australia, has a kit that has engines and batteries and a whole bunch of other parts to really super detail this. If I had known before I got this far, I may have looked into it, but who knows? I may be able to build another one of these days. Anyway, if you're thinking about building this and you want to really super detail it, check out Black Ops Models, OPS, in Australia. And the kit's not cheap. I think it's about $60. But lots of resin parts to really make this thing look good. So we've got our little radar unit inside. You can see it. I think you can. Got all the gauges and the throttles. All these gauges and everything are painted with my Posca paint pens. There is a locating mount here for a 50 caliber machine gun, which was not included in the kit, but that's what that's for. Anyway, I think this seam here on the back turned out really good, and so did the seam here on the underside. I think that turned out really, really well. I painted it really lightly. I wanted to let the black primer kind of show through just a little bit, give it a little variation. But that's all good to go. The steering wheel is glued, and the front seat are glued to the figure to make it easier just to slip in there. Speaking of figures, they're not quite finished, but we're getting close. This is my first attempt at camouflage, so it's been interesting. I've got a little bit more touch up and some detail work to do on them, but they're almost there. And I also got some of this. It's a 0.65 millimeter chocolate brown. It's meant for rigging. I bought it off of Amazon, and I was going to put a little bit of it on the boat somewhere, kind of as a little detail. So I'll get the figures finished, and I'll put some of this rope on here somewhere, and then I'll be back and I'll show you the final result. Okay. She's all finished, guys. It was a lot of fun building this. Not too bad. Fit wasn't great. It wasn't that bad. A little bit of scratch building and work to finish it up. I enjoyed it. I think in the kit itself there's only about 70 or 80 pieces, but in the figures with the guns and the hand grenades and all that, there's probably another 70 or 80 pieces. So I got a little rope on the front. It's probably not correct, but I put a little on there for some detail. All the figures are in there. I made my very first attempt at camouflage. I guess it turned out okay. I'll have to work on that a whole bunch more. But I'm happy with it. The antennas are stretch sprue. Piece of cake. Got a grenade launcher here. I don't remember now what it's called. Then there's 1, 2, 3 M60s. There's a place here for a 50 cal. Like I said, it wasn't in the kit. We got a guy here with the radio. Now the driver's not camouflaged. They said in the instructions, they said it was not camouflaged, so you can barely see him underneath there. But I think it turned out well. I'm happy with it. Another one to put in the case. If I can turn it a little bit so you can see the guys. But just to run through it quickly, this is what I used. I think I already showed you. This is what I used for the paint on the boat. 71289 US dark green. For the skin, I used 70815 basic skin tone. For the hair on this guy, 70984 flat brown. Everybody else is wearing a hat or a bandana. For the camouflage, I started off with a 70881 yellow green. Then I went to 71271 German red brown. And then 71019 camo dark green. And I finished it off with 71057 basic black. Those are the colors I used for pretty much the whole boat. I primed everything in flat black. Everything's Vallejo. So I'm real happy with it. Here's I think I already showed the stand. That's all done with the Posca pens. I did not do the very fine lettering. It's okay, but it's just kind of busy, I guess. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm having a great time doing this. I'll have to go to the stash and kind of think exactly what I'm going to do next. But I'll have something ready for you shortly. And I'm I'm having a great time. I've made a lot of great friends doing this, and I hope to make many more. So please like, subscribe, share, ring the bell, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks a lot, guys.